Welcome everyone. Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to my Sunday morning's live stream about IELTS exam. And as usual, it's another subscriber lesson. So what we have to do is we have to practice and follow the IELTS guidelines to get the required score. If you are considering to sit for the exam, or if you're preparing for the exam, or if you sat for the exam in the past, but you couldn't get your achieved score, you didn't get your required mark, possibly you might consider to join this lesson. It's very easy. You have to click on the subscribe button, then it will take to the subscription page where you might get 2 free lessons. Or if you've taken these free lessons previously, possibly you might consider to join with your money. Okay, please remember that practice is the key factor. Without practicing, there is no way you can develop a score. All right. Hello, Adil Kumar. Thanks for the subscription. I'm going to invite you to join. So, dear viewers, welcome. Hello.
Am I audible?
You're audible.
Hello,
Where are you from?
I'm from Indian.
You're from India. Okay. Which part of India are you from?
I'm from Andhra Pradesh.
You're from Andhra Pradesh. Thank you very much for the subscription. You have
Okay, thank
joined
you.
on a trial lesson for 2 lessons.
Yeah, and you are from
I'm from England.
England.
Yes.
Okay.
So
England, which place you are from?
go on.
England, which place you are from?
Can you please speak a bit louder? Your voice seems to be low. Did you say which part
Where
of
are you
England?
from in England?
I'm from Essex County. Have you ever heard of it? I'm writing in the comment
Okay.
section. Essex.
Okay.
So may I know what do you do, Anil?
I'm studying in hotel management.
Which year and where about?
What?
Which year are you studying and in which
Yeah,
institute?
yeah. I'm studying in first year under Sri Institute of Hotel Management.
Where is it? In which city of your country? I can't hear your voice. Your voice is gone again. Are you still there? I believe that I've lost you. However, if you're back, just write in the comment section. I'll be happy to bring you. So once again, dear viewers, it's Sunday morning here in the UK and our local time is 3 past 8 a.m. I'm with another subscriber's lesson about IELTS exam. Before you start discussing the main highlights about today's topic, I'd like to show you a small video which will be helpful for you to understand. And as you might be aware, IELTS exam has got four important modules feature: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And each module must be answered 100% correctly if you want to get good score. Okay, and please bear in mind that if you practice, these practice sessions will help you getting a good score, will help you, becoming more, comfortable with the IELTS exam. IELTS exam is not only an exam for learning English, it is the exam for knowing different kinds of techniques, guidelines, strategies, and rubrics, we call it very often. So it is really important for you to understand how it works. Looks like Anil is back. If you're back, please do join. Then possibly we can have a conversation. So, dear viewers, once again, and if you're interested to join, you can join on a free trial basis or you can join with the money. And Hallo has a cost that is $16 for a whole month. And in return, you get 8 lessons. Each of them is 1 hour. And each lesson takes place twice a week. So in 4 weeks, you'll get 8 lessons. And as an extra advantage, when I go for public live stream, as you might be aware, I'm based in Essex County, but I work in central London. So very often I have to go there by train or bus or by walking on foot. I conduct live streams and you can always join there freely. Those are the advantages. Okay, and let's move on. So in our previous class, we just played the listening part video. That I'm going to, you know, um, play the reading part. As you might be aware, an IELTS exam had 4 parts: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So We covered listening earlier. Now we're going to cover reading part. The video from the British Council. As you might be aware that IELTS exam is controlled from the British Council UK, also, which is also part of Cambridge University, and also IDP Australia.
So you've decided to take the IELTS exam. Great choice. It's the test that opens doors around the world. These are the key details of the IELTS reading test. The test includes 40 questions spread over 3 articles. You have a total of 60 minutes for the reading test. Unlike the IELTS listening, there is no additional time to transfer answers, so write these directly onto your answer sheet as you proceed through the test. Read the instructions very carefully. Be familiar with the different question types. Here's some advice to prepare for the reading test. Practice reading skills, such as skimming. Skimming means looking over an article or paragraph to identify the key themes or general ideas. This includes paying attention to titles, subtitles, keywords, and topic sentences. Scanning. Scanning is when you are looking for specific information, perhaps a number, or a name, or a date. If you know the specific type of answer you need to find, you don't need to read every word in the article. For example, if you know you need to find out how much money something costs, run your eyes quickly down the article, looking for a number with a currency indicator. Then decide if this is referring to what you were looking for. Skimming provides a bird's eye view of some material. Scanning helps you swoop down to locate the specific details you need. Another key skill is intensive reading. This helps you to understand the details in an article. When you practice reading tests, don't read an article intensively to start with. This is a common mistake. First, skim the article quickly. Get a sense for what the subject of the article is and look at the title, any headings or diagrams. Read the first sentence of each paragraph to determine the theme of each paragraph. Make notes around the article as you do this. Then, read with specific purpose. Read the questions and be clear what you are looking for. Once you have skimmed and scanned, you are prepared to analyze the questions carefully, circling keywords and thinking of synonyms for those keywords. Don't expect to find the exact same words in the article. Then, use your scanning and skimming skills to home in on the right paragraph in the article. Here, you'll need to read in detail to find the specific answer to each question. To improve your reading skills, read as much as you can. Anything you read in English is good practice, and the more variety, the better. There are no shortcuts or secret techniques. You will only improve with time, practice, and persistence. For more information on IELTS, please see our other videos on speaking, writing, and listening.
Okay, guys, so that's a video for reading. Today we're going to give some more hints how you can be getting good score in IELTS exam. As I have mentioned earlier, IELTS exam is not only the knowing of English, it's knowing the rubrics. So this video has explained the scanning, skimming, and intensive reading are 3 ways to answer the questions correctly and effectively. I'm going to share the reading page. Hi, Algaili is here. Okay, let me bring her.
Hello, my teacher.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
What?
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm always fantastic.
Always, inshallah.
Thank you very much. So, you said that you need help in grammar as well as phonetics and IELTS. No worries, we can do that.
Okay, thank you so much.
So, which part of grammar you like to go today?
Uh,
Te-
anything you want, teacher.
test, maybe from a grammar test.
Okay.
Great. Give me one moment before that.
Okay.
Hey, our teacher Ahmed is here. Welcome. If you like to hop on, teacher Ahmed, you're more than welcome. You have to send an hop on request. As a Hello teacher, you can always hop on freely in any other Hello Teachers live stream. Okay, so give me one quick second. So, do you remember exactly which part of grammar do you need help so that I can be more specific?
Maybe past perfect or past perfect continuous.
Past perfect, continuous. Okay. So, could you please tell me what you understand by the past perfect tense?
Past perfect tense. Give me 1 second.
Okay, it can be done in two ways, by reading a story and understanding from there, or by attending straight a grammar test. Which one do you like to go for?
Maybe story.
Story is sometimes amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
It
believe
has
that,
their meaning.
yeah, I believe that if you remember, we read a story and you said that you understood that time.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. It was great. And it's funny also.
Okay, so I'm going to share the story in a moment. All right, so in past perfect tense, the concept of past perfect tense, okay?
Okay. Where is Anil? Anil Kumar.
He came and he's gone. You know, this is the general scenario in online classes. People do not come on time, even they come, sometimes they're gone.
We would have attendance. Or
All right. Dr. Ahmed says, I'd like to come in between a meeting. That's okay, no worries. Let me show the story, and before that, I like to give some brief definition. Hang on a moment, please. I'm trying to find out my writing. Past perfect. Okay, I got you.
teacher Rahat, can I write writing for any types of writing for IELTS and correct it?
I said to you many times, didn't I? You sent only one time, and after that, you never sent.
No, I sent to Mr. Ahmed also because he's also my teacher. Was my teacher.
Yeah, he's a teacher, good teacher as well. Okay. Before that, hang on a second. Let me show you the past perfect. So, what is past perfect tense? brief definition. Before that, in many countries, past perfect is also called pluperfect, especially in Spain, Spanish language. I heard it, and another language. So it always
So
talks
good.
about the actions that were completed in the past before another action. That is the amazing part. Remember that in general speak, you don't use past perfect. We always use past simple instead when you're talking. For example, if I say, did you go to Japan? You can say, yeah, I had gone to Japan, or I went to Japan. Look, these sentences can be expressed into different ways. I had gone to Japan, or I had visited Japan.
Okay, so what is the difference? For example, if I said I had gone to Japan. Okay, and I visited Japan. What is the difference between them?
Okay, there is a little bit difference. When you
Yeah,
use I visited Japan means that is the past tense, obviously. I had gone to Japan is also past tense. We use, have or had gone or will have gone in future tense, say, when two actions take place one before another or one after another.
yeah,
When it is a bit specific, in that case, we must use present perfect or past perfect or future perfect, whatever, depending on the action.
yeah.
You can say, I had gone to Japan before I went to England. If you say that
Mm-hmm.
I had gone to Japan, it will give an idea that that is an incomplete sentence.
So we have two actions. If
Generally, always in past perfect, two actions. But yes,
yeah,
in some situations, one
S-
action is there.
so the best one is to use if I want to use one action. The best one is to use past simple.
Exactly. You got the
Okay,
point now.
got it. Yeah,
In conversational English, we hardly ever use past perfect if there is only one action. But if there are two actions, we have to use past perfect accurately.
yeah,
Otherwise, it will give you misinformation. It will block our message. If you remember,
yeah,
I was mentioning yesterday, if you understand grammar, you will understand that this you're speaking really more eloquently. Your conversation is amazing. But if you don't use the correct grammar, it blocks the message. It blocks
yeah.
your idea how you can express. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
And what about the past perfect continuous?
if you understand past perfect, then continuous will be later.
Okay.
And do not be confused. Once you understand the tense, then we go to the next one. The
Yeah,
past perfect continuous, the difference is the when something was happening for over a period of time. As you can see, the name continuous,
yeah,
progression, continuity, that is happening, still happening.
yes,
So let us focus on past perfect. So as I said, there is an example. We are shocked to discover that someone had graffitied Toot was on the front door. We are relieved that Toot had used washable paint. This is just an example. You see, we were shocked. Now, the amazing part of the past perfect is that when there are two actions, one of them is past perfect form, which is had plus past participle form of the verb. And another part
yeah,
would be either past tense or past continuous, depending on the concept. Okay, look at this formula. General formula: subject had past participle of the verb. Sometimes people call it V3 or past participle. Okay, it doesn't matter the subject is singular or plural. The formula doesn't change. As you
yeah,
see in conversational English, we always use past simple or indefinite rather than past perfect if there is one action. If there is one action.
yeah,
Let me show you the examples. I had visited Paris. We had visited Paris. Okay, and look, we say it. They had visited Paris. That's still fine, as long as you mentioned, I had visited this before I visited England or Italy.
Yeah.
All right. So we need to know that past participle form of the verb. So ask, do, help, meet, read. As you know, these are regular verbs and irregular verbs, and we need to understand how it works, how it changes. I've given some examples, okay? And for the negative, we simply use had not, like I had not visited Paris, or I have never visited Paris in
Never.
present tense.
It's
Interrogative,
more common.
yes. And for the interrogative, we bring had.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, we know the helping verb. Negative interrogative, hadn't subject. Hadn't I visited Paris, for example? I'm going quickly because we have to cover two things today, if you remember. Look at this. I had had an opportunity to learn Chinese.
I hadn't had. Oh,
What does it mean? I had
okay. Yes, had. First one it's for perfect. Second one it's past participle of have.
right. And this word have has got different meaning depending on the sentence and the concept.
Yeah.
Okay,
I hadn't had an opportunity to learn Chinese. I'll write it.
so it can mean get. Sometimes we don't write get. It can mean take, like are you having your lunch? That means are you taking your lunch? Okay.
Yeah.
So in this case, this had means second one, got. I had got the opportunity, an opportunity to learn Chinese language. Okay.
Yes.
So there is an example, and let me see where the other things. I had my haircut. Actually, this is incorrect sentence.
Had I had an
I
opportunity.
had my
Wow.
haircut is also correct, but this is not past perfect. Did you do the difference? I had a haircut last night. That means I got my haircut last night. That is
Yeah.
not
Yes.
past perfect. That is past
It's the
simple.
past symbol.
Yeah, I got. It means I got my haircut last night. You see, this is the meaning at the bottom.
Haircut. Haircut. What does it mean?
You know their hair. Go to the
Yeah.
barber saloon,
Yes. Yes.
and who cuts the hair? That's barber.
Barber.
Okay. Now there are some words which has got two different past participle form, like get, got, or get, got, gotten. Similarly, dream, dreamed with D and T, dreamed.
Yeah.
Okay. Why to use the past perfect? That is the most important part. This is the second time you brought the same topics to us. Okay. Remember that the difference between past perfect and past simple. If you understand, then it will be much easier. So when you are talking about some point in the past and want to reference an event that happened earlier, we use past perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Remember, once again, I'll guide you in past perfect. In the past situation, two actions,
Yes. One of them is past perfect and one of them is past simple.
or could be past in continuous as well, or progressive,
Okay.
depending on the concept. Okay.
Okay.
But for the past simple or past indefinite, the action was done in the past. We don't know when, how long ago. Like you can say, hey, I went to Paris. I went to
Yeah.
Japan. I visited London.
So past perfect is earlier.
I'm sorry?
So something happened maybe before some days, some month. Just
Ye-
it's not for a long time.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And consider two different sentences. We are relieved, like the tutors used washable paint. Look at the second sentence. We are relieved the tutors had used washable paint. There is a very sub difference.
We were relatives.
This is only for example. That means, look at the sentence. The tooth's act of washing any particular moment of time. So always, for giving examples, you have to realize when two happened, one before another. And now this is the another we use before and after in past perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So past perfect we use before. So the greatest way to remember is that if you find the word before, then the first sentence should be past perfect, and the last part or the second one should be past indefinite or simple.
Yes.
So look at this example. Very often we give this example. The patient had died before the doctor came. And I made a funny comment. The doctor had died before the patient came. Okay.
Past perfect.
So
Past.
look at that examples. I had visited Paris before I visited London. Now look at these two sentences. I went to London in say in 2020. I went to Paris in 2022. So I had visited London before I visited Paris.
Yes.
When you're connecting these two sentences together, this is the important part. If you understand, that's fine. You wouldn't be anywhere confused about the using past perfect.
It's amazing, and I love too much that present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous.
Yeah, let's finish this one. Algalia, once again, please focus in
Okay.
one thing at a time, otherwise you'll be confused. We're
Okay.
discussing now past perfect. Now if you find the word after, then this rule just changes. Then after, past perfect goes after, and first part of the sentence, past indefinite or simple, like I visited Paris after I had visited Venice, which is it in Italy. The patient died after the doctor had come.
Okay. So, past symbol come first. This is
It,
with just with before the after
it after.
past. Yeah, past symbol come and past perfect come after.
That's right. So it is, I say after, before. That means if you
Yeah.
find the word before, the past perfect should be before. If you find the word after, the perfect should be after. So
Yeah.
this is one of the ways you can remember. Okay, past perfect used as a conditional. I'm sure that you know the class, yeah? Conditional sentence.
Perfect. Conditional.
Do you know conditional?
Yeah. Situation.
Yeah. Another time to use past perfect is when you're expressing condition as a result, imaginary situation or hypothesis. Okay. So if past perfect subject would have past participle, which is third conditional. Like if I had woken up earlier this morning, I would have started my live stream.
Okay.
Because I didn't wake up on time, I couldn't start. Remember, the difference between third conditional and second conditional is that third conditional always speaks about the incident from the past, which could be possible to happen, whereas second conditional always speaks about the present or future. That is another
Okay.
difference.
Yeah. Just teacher, wait a second to write this sentence.
Sure. If if you write the structure, that's the bad. Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So if I had woken up, it's just an example, earlier this morning, I would have started my live stream. And also, like if I had studied well, I could have or would have. It could be would have, could have, both. Both are possible, yeah. The formal is not only would
Yeah.
have, it could be could have as well. I could have, if I had studied well, I could have got first class in my exam. That means I didn't study well, I didn't get first class in my past exams. Clear?
Yes.
Look at some other examples. If Susan had completed her task, boss wouldn't have scolded her. Like if Algalia had studied well in IELTS exam, she could have got good score, for example. It's a past conditional because
Yeah.
this happened in the past, okay? Okay, we use past perfect infinitive. As you know, infinitives are those verbs where there is two. Do you want to go home, for example? Would you like to do it? I had always wanted to ask her about the scholarship opportunities. Look at this. The past perfect we use with infinitive. Did you get this point? I always wanted to ask her about the scholarship opportunities. Or you can say, I had always wanted to her. Or I have always wanted to get good score in IELTS exam.
Yes.
Look, this is also a situation from the past, but we have used past perfect tense.
So it's under of which word, teacher? What is the situation of that?
Why the situation which couldn't be achieved. If you ever say, I had always
Ah,
wanted, that means you never
yes.
ask the question, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You see, that means that you had
You
always,
never did it.
you never did it, yes. So it is another,
Yes.
we should say hypothetical situation or imaginary situation.
Yes.
Like I had always wanted to be a doctor, but I couldn't be a doctor because maybe I didn't study. Maybe because I was not attentive. Maybe I wanted to study something else. So
Yeah.
there is an example someone asked in the between. That's my last class. This one, look, I had always tried to learn grammar for writing correctly. This means you have a desire still. You have got a desire to learn it. You can say that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I had been to Paris 3 times. Look, past perfect we use. Instead of visiting, we can sometimes say, I had been to Paris. What difference? I have to that now. This is the question for you. One is past perfect, another is present perfect.
Yeah. Second one is the present perfect.
I have been to Paris 3 times. What does it mean, this sentence? Sometimes, if you understand the sentence, you can understand the grammar easily, quickly.
Yeah. First one is means maybe you will not visit or
Maybe, may
something.
not be. But second one is sure that I visited Paris, but I'm back in present
Ye-
perfect. If somebody says, hey, I have been to Paris, like I have been to Oman, I've been to London, I've been to New York, I've been to Japan, which means that I visited this place, but I came back. But
Oh,
for
what about first?
what of the first? Yeah, that's my question. I had been to Paris 3 times. That means it doesn't say whether you came back or not. This from the speaker's comments. That means the speaker visited Paris 3 times, but we don't know where is the speaker at the moment. It could be in any other country.
Ah, okay. But it's 100% you're not there. You're
No.
yeah.
Okay, so these are some examples. Okay, let's go to the story. I'm sure from the story it will be more clear. Past perfect story. Okay, would you like to read it, please?
Yeah. Last weekend, Mark and Trisha went on a date. Mark took Trisha to the golf course. Mark loved to golf. He had learned to golf as a child. He had even played on a team in high school. Before that day, Trisha had never golfed. She did not know how to hold the golf club. She didn't know the rules. Mark to,
Taught.
to, taught. Mark taught Trisha how to play. After Trisha had learned the basics, she hit the ball. It was a good hit. Mark had taught Trisha well.
Well, look at these 3 paragraphs. Did you notice that there is past perfect and past simple as well, or past indefinite?
Yeah,
Last weekend, look, Mark and Trisha went on a date. You see? So you know the
yes,
meaning of date, that they went to meet somewhere. Mark took Trisha to the golf course. So the
golf
golf course is the
past.
place where where people play golf in a field.
Yeah, yeah,
Mark loved to golf. Look, it's a past tense again. Past simple. All of these sentences, look, first sentence, second, third, then fourth, he had learned to golf as a child. You see, past perfect tense has been used because when he was a child, he learned
uh,
to golf. Did you get the point now?
yes,
We must
yes,
be clear to use past perfect when it's a specific point of time of life. Your childhood, our childhood was in past. So 2 actions. When I was a child, I had played golf or I had learned golf.
yes,
Clear? And look at the second sentence again. He had even played on a team in high school. Look, high school is another location of the childhood.
childhood.
That's why they have used he had even played. Clear now?
Yeah,
Look at this amazing sentence. Before that day, if you remember before, Trisha had never golfed. Golf has used as a verb here. It can be used as a noun and verb.
play golf.
Yeah. So, do you know how to play golf?
No,
Verb and noun. Golf. Golf club. Okay.
yeah,
So, before that day, Trisha had never golfed. Now you can see because of the word before, a past perfect has been used.
yes,
She did not know how to hold the golf club. Now look at this sentence, did not know how to, which is past indefinite or past simple. They have not
yeah,
used, oh sorry, where is it? They have not used, past perfect here. It is did
yes,
not means past simple or past indefinite. Did you get the point here?
yes, yes.
She did not know the rules. Again, past indefinite or past simple.
Teacher, I got something. When we have something maybe fact, but it's in the past, we use past tense, past simple tense.
Past simple tense is when you're explaining something more specifically.
Yeah, it's like a fact. It's like a present symbol. For
Kind of, we
example,
can say.
she she uh, she didn't know how to hold the golf club.
Hmm. You know how is the
We couldn't say she had known to play blah 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 because
no?
it's fact.
Yes, it's fact.
Yeah,
But in past simple, it is not always fact. It depends on the
yeah,
context of the
yeah,
word. If you remember, I said many times context and contents of your expression, what you're explaining.
yes,
For example, I never knew that Algail is a good driver. It's a past tense I am using. That means I know you for a long time, but I never knew that you are a good driver. For example, you drive a car, it's a Mercedes or Ferrari, whatever. You see, I have used here past indefinite. Did you notice that? I never knew that you were a doctor, for example. That means I know
mm,
you for a long time, but I don't know this fact. You're right, it's kind of fact. that I never
Yeah,
knew you were this.
teacher something. Past perfect. When we see the situations that we can use the past perfect, you said it's like something happened uh, for a short time, and now he's talking about his childhood. So he used the past perfect.
But there are two actions, if you remember: child and past perfect, school and past perfect.
He had learned to golf as child. We stopped.
That's right. See, did you notice that in past perfect there should be always two concept: childhood or child is one concept, and learning is another concept. Two actions, two situations, always. Is that clear?
Do you mean that we have two verbs?
Not always. Look, he had learned to golf as a child. That means when he was a child, which is past tense, he had learned it.
Okay,
Did you get
but
it?
past perfect, no. But the past perfect is just talking about something happen aerial, aerial,
What is that area?
short time.
Something happened for a short time. Yes,
Yeah,
possible.
early.
And also something happened when another thing happened before it or after it. Or something happened in the past when you're in a younger age. Look at this two sentences once again. He had learned to golf as a child. And second sentence, he had even played on a team in high school. So both were these conditions, like his situation when he was a child, number one, and when he was in high school, he had learned it or he had played it. Instead of saying these words directly, that when I was a child, I had learned to golf.
Yes,
The writer has used an indirect expressions. When I was in high school, I had even played on a team. Did you see?
yes.
It's a similar meaning in a high school, as a child.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Now look at this other patterns in past perfect. Before that day, Trisha had never golfed.
Yeah,
Okay. She didn't know how to hold the golf club. She didn't know the rules. Mark taught Trisha how to play. Look, this is past simple or indefinite. If you use how to, this expression, generally we should use either present simple or past simple.
yeah.
Like, do you know how to drive a car? Hey guys, I don't know how to drive a car. I know how to drive a train, for example. Okay.
Okay.
Did you know how to drive a car when you were 5 years old? Yes, I knew how to drive a car when I was 5 years old. You see, we have to use
Amazing.
past and present simple in how to this expression.
Okay, we have after.
And look, and there is another example of after in the
Yeah,
second paragraph. Mark taught Trisha how to play. After Trisha had learned the basics, comma, she hit the ball.
past tense
Past
simple.
simple. You see, that is the another amazing rule in past perfect. So you
Yeah,
have to remember always if you're writing, but never mind, Algaile, we don't use past perfect in our writing much, in speaking as well. It is only for the learning purpose.
yeah.
This is the tense that is hardly used in writing.
In writing?
Yeah, we don't use that much past perfect. If you notice that whatever the writing you have done in a school or
Yeah,
college or IELTS exam, generally we don't use past perfect that much. We simply use past simple or past indefinite.
yeah. But it's perfect to use, for example, for one or two sentences in a whole article or whole writing.
It depends. Is it required?
Depends
Is
to
it
the
required for
topic.
a writing? This is my question. If it is required, you can write it. Your writing would be amazing.
Yeah,
You'll get more marks. But if
Yeah.
it is not required, that's fine.
Okay.
So look at that. Before that day, Trisha had never golfed. And after Trisha had learned the basics, she hit the ball. You see the golf club, the stick we call golf club. Hit the ball. Dham. It was a good hit. Mark had taught Trisha well. Why you have this past perfect again? Because it was the last weekend. Go to the first sentence. Last weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taught. We call it taught.
Taught. Teach. Taught.
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 Yeah.
Would you like to hear the
Taught.
sound? Teach the present tense.
Yeah.
Let me see if we can find taught or not. Yes, it is that taught. Listen to it. First one is British IP, British English. Taught. Taught. This is British English.
Taught.
This is
Taught.
American. Taught. You see,
Cut.
not caught. Taught. Ta.
Yes.
There is always a
Taught.
vowel sound difference in many words between the British English and American English. We saw O sound. There's A sound.
Awesome.
Taught. Taught.
Taught. Taught.
Is it
Yeah.
clear?
I like it. Teacher, I want to know your own strategies about reading.
For reading, there are
Yeah.
three main strategies. You know,
What?
you should be a good reader, quick reader, number one. Strategy
Yes.
number one. And sometimes when you read, try to understand. If not, you have to just skip the word. Number
Yeah.
two, use those techniques as skimming, scanning, and intensive reading techniques. And I'm sure you are already aware of these techniques. Also, remember that when you're answering, I know that sometimes you don't have enough time to answer all the questions. Don't leave any
Yeah.
questions unanswered. Make a guess and answer it, because there is no negative marking
Of
for the
course.
wrong answer.
Especially when we have multiple choice.
Yes. Now, in multiple choice, it happens most of the cases. There are two answers. If one of them is correct, if
Yeah.
another is not correct, you're going to get only half mark. Remember that. Okay.
How is that?
So if you answer in multiple choice, there are two answers for a question. Okay.
Yeah.
Calculate, picture it. You have chosen two answers, but one of them is correct and another is not correct. In that case, you get half marks of the question, because the two of the correct answer will give you full marks. If the mark
Oh.
is 1, you are going to get 0.5 because of the one
Yes.
correct answer.
Yes.
You're shying now. Don't be disappointed, okay?
Especially just I have this problem in reading.
You have
I
to read
can improve
more.
my other skills, but I'll never get to a full mark, or just I got 5, teacher.
You need
I
good
got 5.
marks if you want to study abroad. I don't know how much square do you require?
Do you mean the overall?
Individually and overall.
Is 6. I need to get 6, and my overall score is 5.5.
So,
I
okay,
got in listening 5.5. I got 5 in reading, and 6 in writing, and 6 in speaking.
okay. So,
Just if I will get maybe 6 in listening and 6, maybe I will get 6 of overall.
okay, in order to get 6 overall, you have to get at least 6 of all of them. If you get 5.5 in one of them, still it will not be 6, it will be 5.5. But if you get 6.5, 2, 6, 1.55, then you'll get 6.
As average.
Okay, any other question? Would you like to
No. Okay.
Would you like to go for these answers, or
Yeah.
just we can ignore it because our main purpose is to discuss the past perfect. So once again, briefly remember Algalia, in past perfect tense, most of the cases, two actions or one action, one past event, like childhood, school, okay, team,
Yeah.
or two actions, one is before, one is after. That we have to understand which action took place first. But you know what? In American grammar, look at this. One situation, like the phone rang when I was eating. This is British grammar style. That we are eating, that time your phone rang. This is past tense, okay? But I also saw some American teachers say the phone rang when I ate. They also
Yeah.
use like this, and which doesn't seem to be natural in British English. In British grammar, we never use this type of expression. Or you can see, while I was eating, the doorbell ring. Okay, somebody pressed your doorbell, maybe a postman or delivery. So always think of the possible scenarios, what could happen in the past. While I was, say, teaching you, my mobile rang, or while I taught you, my mobile was ringing. Remember,
Yeah.
always two actions. One of them should be past perfect, another could be past indefinite or past continuous, depending on your context.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sure more or less you have understood today. Any other question, or we can go to that
We
questions?
can go.
No, no, we still have got time. If you want to practice about a speaking topic, I can give you any topic.
Okay. Let's redo it.
Okay, for this speaking practice. So did you
Yes.
last year? Did you read any book?
Yeah, of course. I
Can you
read
please
book.
can you please describe a book you read last year? You'll speak at least 3 minutes.
Okay, in 3 minutes. Uh, uh, these days especially, I'm reading an amazing book that's talking about how to create a positive ideas. How can
Alkailia, look at my
yes,
topic, please.
describe book you read last year.
Last year.
Last
You're
year.
talking about last year,
Okay.
not present time, not present form.
Okay. Last year. Um, Last year, I read a book that was talking about how can you change your thoughts, and how can you just think in a positive ways. It was belonging to for an American writer, and the book is not too much big, but really it had an different methods to give you different thoughts. It was too much useful. I liked it, and I had never. I got something, teacher. You give me. You give me last year to use past perfect.
Speak, come on, that's just only a test. You're practicing both. You're doing great, Algalia, don't worry.
Thank you. And uh, that book, that book, uh, I don't know. It was like a magic. It changed my life in positive ways, in positive thoughts, and I had tried to change my negative ideas about the specific thoughts. For example, I had I had negative ideas about many person in my family, and by using that book, I tried to take a good methods, and I tried to looking for something positive in their lives, in their personalities, and I tried to just to love them.
Right. Well done.
Okay.
Except these two words, thought. Yeah, this sound thought.
Taught.
Yeah, you have to
Taught.
practice it. Your thought doesn't sound thought; it sounds like taught. You practice it later. Please try to note it down. And
Okay.
using of too much. Do you know when we can use too much?
Yes.
Using too much is we call it negative connotation. Connotation is the concept that gives you how a word should be used correctly. If you say that I read it too much, that means that you read it but you didn't like it. Too much has this negative connotation in
Ah.
sentence. Like
Okay.
I have eaten too much food today. That means you ate it but you didn't like it. Okay.
Yes.
I have too many friends. That means you have got many friends but you don't like them. There are too many people in my country. That means you don't like there should be too many people. This is the negative concept.
Yes.
Okay. So you practice this word thought. It is voiced, unvoiced. Thaw. If you remember, if your tongue touches your tooth, this sound is unvoiced sound, and thought is one of them. Think, look at the think, thought.
Taught.
Yes.
Taught.
Yeah, better than before. Listen to a dictionary and from your headphone and try to imitate that.
Okay.
Well done. Yeah, you have explained well, except in one place you mixed up that, but you corrected present tense it has, and then you changed it had. That's good. Well done. Look, this is the way you always present yourself when you're describing something from the past. And honestly, Algalia, in cue card, they always ask the past tense because they know that the examiners are aware that we are always confused using past tense correctly, especially past indefinite and past perfect. So
Ah, okay.
that's
So
why
I
it's,
have to use past perfect, and that's not they give us.
yes, it's always better. Okay.
Thank you
If
so
you
much.
have
It's a
free
good
time, maybe I'll
point.
go live stream later. Join me. I've got 10
Okay,
seconds.
of
Thank you very
course.
much once again.
Teacher, do you do the live stream in specific time, in
When I'm
specific
free.
hours?
When I'm free.
Uh, okay,
Bye.
thank you so